Tonight, the search is intensifying for 19-year-old Aniah Blanchard. This surveillance video shows the last time she was seen more than a week ago, late at night, inside this Auburn convenience store. Police found her car 2 days later, damaged and parked in an apartment.
TV, y'all, I'm about to get ready to do a very deep breakdown on a sister, Aniah Blanchard, who got killed out in Auburn, Alabama, and I'm about to delve real deep into this whole situation, y'all. First off, I want to say RIP, you know what I mean? Like, when I do these breakdowns, I be just trying to bring true justice to the situation and bring light, you know what I mean? I do not glorify over any of these situations. I like to literally bring awareness and let people know what's truly going on behind the scenes. So what I'm about to do, y'all, is I'm about to delve deep onto this because her stepdad name is Walt Harris. Now, if you're familiar with UFC, you know he's a heavyweight UFC fighter. You know, he's decent, you know what I mean? But I'm about to delve deep into what all this was really going on. So I'm going to play some clips and I'm going to chime on in, y'all. I want y'all to pay attention to this closely. Listen to this.
It seems like it was actually set up and it was something that was planned.
The parent
was set up.
Let's pay attention to this. Rewind it. Let's rewind it one more time, y'all.
Seems like it was actually set up and it was something that was planned.
You hear that? Now, what I'm about to do with this whole thing, y'all, I'm about to take it deep because, like I said, what happened? She had got, she had killed, and they found her bodies in they found her body and remains. Now, what I'm about to delve deep into this whole situation, y'all, because it's crazy, and I want y'all to really open y'all mind and pay attention to this. First off, I'm gonna play some clips from the fight and everything in a minute, but this fight took place like after the whole situation. And going into the fight, Walt Harris' record was 13-7, and Alistair Overeem's, I think, was 45, if I'm not mistaken. He had 45 wins. So what's so deep about that, and what I'm about to do is delve deep into that, is because when you understand the whole aspect of the gematria, basically I say his record was 13-7 at the time. You know, you put that together like 137, and it was basically, that equals nothing but the 33rd degrees of masonry. And I'm about to delve deep into this because this fight got canceled like 3 times. And it was supposed to take place back on December 7th, 2019. But they just kept canceling it. But basically you look at December 7th, you know, that's basically 127. And that's the same day of Pearl Harbor. You know what I mean? But I'm about to take it deep on y'all right quick because what I noticed, and it was very interesting about this whole situation, is how she had got killed, I think, was it October 23rd? And then they reported her missing on October 24th. You know what I'm saying? And what's so deep about that is that she had went missing, and it reminded me of the movie back in the day called The West Side Story. And I'm going to play some clips from it in a minute. But like I said, she had died October 23rd. This movie came out October 18th. And what it was about was basically about like the Upper West Side out in New York. And it was like 2 gangs. You had the Puerto Ricans and you had the whites. And basically the whites was called the Jets and the Puerto Ricans was called the Sharks. And it was basically like a whole feud and everything going on. But like I said, her name is Aniah, right? What is so deep because the main character name was Anita. You know what I mean? And basically what happened was Anita was basically like arguing and mad because a guy named Chino, they said he killed a girl named Maria. And I'm going to play some clips in a minute. And what's so deep is because the Jets leader name was Ice. And I'm about to delve deep into this, y'all. The fight took place, before I get into that right quick, the fight had took place at the ViStar Veterans Memorial Arena out in Jacksonville, Florida. And what's so deep about that is that that's literally the home place of the team called the Jacksonville Sharks, right? And remember how I said the leader of the West Side Story, the leader of the white gang was called the Jets. His name was, the Jets leader name was Ice. And you know, that's the hockey team name out in at the ViStar Arena is the Sharks and the Icemen. You see that? This stuff goes deep, y'all. And notice how, what else I noticed too, looking at this, is how they said it was a 36 combined, right? That's what the event was called. But when you look at it, I'm looking at the fight, Alistair Overeem beat Walt Harris in the second round with 3 minutes on the clock. 2 times 3 is 6, right? And literally, you had 6 fights that ended in the third round by decision. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. You know what I mean? Then you had 3 fights that ended by you had basically, I'm sorry. You had 6 fights that ended by decision. So that's 3 rounds. So that's 3 sixes, 666. And you know how he basically, Alistair Overeem, beat her stepdad in the second round with 3 minutes on the clock. But I'm about to take this deep right quick. And I'm going to play a couple of clips and I'm going to chime on in. But pay attention to this. Hold on.
He picks his shot.
Danger from Harris. Massive damage. Overeem trying to survive.
Overeem trying to stay in this.
Rain it down.
Right, I'm going to get deep on this right quick. Now, I want y'all to pay attention to this because you know how they said it happened with Auburn. And it's a lot of symbolism with this when they said that she was found dead and basically that she went missing in Auburn. Now, you already know Auburn is called the War Eagles. And in 2019, their record was literally, I looked at their record was literally 9-4. 9 plus 4 equals 13. And remember how I said his record was literally, his record at the time was literally 13-7. You know what I'm saying? It was 13-7. And then Alistair Overeem beat him, and that made him 46-18 when Alistair Overeem won the fight. And Genesis 46 literally starts off with the sacrifice. You get where I'm going with this? It starts off with Isaac about to get ready to do the sacrifice. You know? I'm sorry, it starts off with Israel starting the sacrifice. I'm so sorry about that. Israel doing a sacrifice unto the God of Isaac. You know what I mean? But I'm about to delve deep into this because going back to that movie and how they said basically how she was found, you know what I mean? And how they said that she basically, the guy had said that she had went for the gun and that's when he ended up killing her or whatever. You know, he shot her when she went for the gun. Look at the West Side Story right quick. Remember when I was talking about how the guy died or whatever? Pay attention to this. Notice how she has the gun in her hand. You see what I'm saying? And this movie came out in 1961, man. Literally 5 days before she died. And how they said she went missing after her last place they saw her was at the gas station. You know what I mean? They literally said the last place they saw her was at the Chevron gas station, which is so deep because when you know about Chevron, the Chevron, you know, has literally has like the winged V. You know what I'm saying? And what the winged V represents is basically representing nothing but the great victory that's coming. You know what I mean? And what her name literally means, her name Aniah don't mean nothing but basically like the searcher of God. You know what I'm saying? And what's so deep about that, her name is like the seeker of God, answer of God. And the guy who killed her name was Abraham. In Arabic, his name is Ibrahim, but it's basically Abraham. And we already know about the whole covenant between the Most High and Abraham. You know what I'm saying? And what's deep about that, because when you look at the guy who shot his eye, and remember how I said it happened with Auburn? And how Auburn is called the War Eagle, a.k.a. the all-seeing eye. Look at his eye. And then what tripped me out about that is in the fight, the father, look what he did to the guy's eye. Alistair Overeem, his eye got like bloodied up real bad. Notice that, man. This is all like a whole ritual they did right before our eyes. That's why it makes sense for the dad to say this. I'm going to play it one more time.
It seems like it was actually set up and it was something that was planned.
And you see how the mother is with a black man. And remember I said the West Side Story was all about like the white and the Puerto Rican gangs going against each other. And that's why she basically said, the girl named Anita had said that they killed the guy, the Puerto Rican over hate. You know what I'm saying? The Jets and the Sharks. And you know how they said her body had went missing? I'm actually going to play that clip right quick. How they said they looking for her body. Let's keep it rolling.
It's a heavily wooded area, and without any of the lights, it is pitch black. And that could be one of the reasons why this area was chosen as the place to dispose of the body.
You know what I mean? Because look how they said they went looking for her body, and then how where they fought at was called the ViStar Memorial Arena. Hint the whole aspect of the memorial. You see that? And then the ViStar, like searching for the body. Hint the compass of the ViStar. That's some deep stuff, y'all. And then what I noticed too, like how I said, her mother, you know about the West Side Story, the white and the Puerto Ricans, you know, the multicultural battle, the gangs, sharks, and jets. Notice how the mother was with a black stepfather. You know what I mean? It's this whole thing was literally a movie before our eyes. That's why Lifetime is saying they about to adopt the movie. And when you look at it, how the dad's height is 6'5", the stepdad's height, Walt Harris, is 6'5", and then she's 5'6". Notice like the swap of numbers, 5'6", 6'5". You know what I'm saying? And how I'm looking at this, because this went down. You know how they said they kept on canceling the fight, shut the fight down the first couple times because of the whole disease that was going on. It was supposed to take place in Portland, Oregon, at the MODA, at the Portland Trailblazers Arena. And when you know about the Portland, Oregon, they got the spiral. You feel what I'm saying? And notice how they switched it to the Jacksonville Sharks, you know, arena, the ViStar. And remember how I said they couldn't find her body, how she went missing, and how the ViStar was chosen because it's the compass? Come on, man. Remember how they said she went reported missing, and the last place they saw her was at the Chevron, like I just broke that down. And they said she got shot, and that all links up with the West Side Story. You know what I mean? And it was basically like them basically bringing everybody together. But when you notice that what's so deep about this is because how she has the, like, basically the her, you know, she's biracial. Notice how that's literally matching up with the story. Like, and then, you know, what tripped me out too is how, like I said, her name means seeker of God, and then the killer name means Abraham, basically father of multitudes. And that's all for their whole New World Order agenda, because notice that the mother and the I'm sorry, not the mother, but the stepdad, the UFC fighter, Walt Harris' name is literally they call him the big ticket in the vault. And it's basically like he's practically like this whole situation was a way to like defeat the whole aspect, because notice how they had the one eye symbolism. It was basically like showing you like their whole situation was going to be fulfilled. You know what I mean? With the whole one eye symbolism. It was a big ritual. It was basically their way of saying they was going to overcome the saints of the Most High, man. Like basically like seeker of God, like they was going to build their world up, their one world agenda. Look at everything that's been going on. And notice this too, how after the fight, just pay attention to this. That's why the what's his name? The father, the stepfather, was in the right corner, and then the red corner was Alistair Overeem. Notice how he was on the right corner, the blue representing nothing but the masonry. The whole aspect of Freemasonry, the G in the blue. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like it's all literally all in our face. And they made it look like how they basically tried to make it look like they were just sad and all of this, but they know what's going on. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm going to take it deeper than that right quick. Because another thing that I noticed too, that's why you see they had her at the Chevron, because like I said, that represents the victory. You know what I mean? At the Chevron gas station. Remember how I said the Chevron gas station literally represents nothing but the wing V, basically their victory? That's why this had to go down during the time of the big disease. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. And notice how, like, all of this is literally all together. There's no way around it, y'all. I'm not just talking. And another thing they did, too, because what I'm about to get deep on is after this whole situation, her friend said that she was basically going to pursue law, and they was going to make sure that Alabama actually passed a law called the Aniah's Law, where basically it represents, like, nobody get bond. Everybody can get bond except those with capital murder. You know what I'm saying? The whole capital murder. And notice how, like, what's going to happen in the system when you know what I mean? The people who basically reject the mark of the beast are going to get the worst punishment. The persecution. Death. You get what I'm saying? It's all preparing us for what was coming. And let's just keep it rolling.
Father in the world is proud of what you've done tonight. You came in here, man, and you showed yourself. You had him hurt. I just want to give you this opportunity to say whatever you want, my friend.
Notice how they got the monster, too, right behind them. You know what I mean? Pay attention to that. Nothing but the claws of the beast, man.
Showed yourself. You had him hurt.
We owe you guys everything, man. Thank you so much, Dana, everybody, Mick, Hunter, everybody. My coach, Chris Conley, man, I love you so much, brother. He was with me every day, man, through everything, and much.
And notice how his coach name is Chris, which is nothing but short for Christ.
And lastly, I want to thank my community. Big ticket. I'm gonna go home, recover. I'm gonna heal emotionally and better. I promise you. You ain't seen the last of the big ticket. I'm gonna go.
You hear that? The big ticket. Come on, man. I just said what happened. Now y'all heard this. You feel what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. That's why you see he had to lose the fight. You get what I'm saying? Because it's so deep. Because I want to just say that right quick one more time. Pay attention to that eye again. So they was already showing you the whole aspect of what this was all about. One world, all seeing, all knowing. You know what I'm saying? This is all it was about. And it's sad that real people have to suffer because of these rituals, man. You know, but that all goes back to the aspect when you understand the Masons. Basically what it's called is the Lewis curse. And basically by default, that's why a lot of these people, children die and all of them have to go through the ritual, because all of this represents is them like having to give up their children. Satan automatically owns their children, man. You know what I'm saying? They automatically have to go through this. They have to, that's why their children be dying by default in these rituals, because it represents nothing but the whole aspect of the Lewis curse of Freemasonry. And you already know about the whole aspect of the firstborn and everything. The sacrifice, the great sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? And I just really want to touch on that because, like I said, just pay attention to how they standing too, doing a whole Masonic hand pose at the funeral. Pay attention to all of them standing around doing a whole Masonic hand pose. Come on, man.
People, our friends, our family, were those people who came and helped, and again, who
and using their resources, and also a good basically stated that he could not be present, but
you know what I'm saying? This right here is his stepmother. Listen to this. Listen to her.
Me this morning and basically stated Mayor Randall Within. He contacted me this morning and basically stated that he could not be present, but he sent his beautiful mom here.
You see that right there? Like, come on. That's what it is. You see how she said the mayor couldn't be present and all of these things? Like, come on, man.
Today, and she's sitting over there. Would like to thank the city of Birmingham, but he sent his beautiful mom here today, and she's sitting over there.
Like, come on, man. All of this stuff is literally all in our face. You know what I'm saying? But I'm actually going to end that right here. Thank you for watching Hide and Seek TV. Much more is coming. Peace.